Hello everyone, my name is Honor from the BBFF Bite the Bullet Financial Forensics. Today's presentation will focus on how Bite the Bullet can help Northern Star overcome its compliance crisis. We'll explore the weakness in their system and present our revised monitoring framework and demonstrate the measurable impact it can bring. So the internal audit at Northern Star revealed several red flags: unaccounted irregular transition, $50 million, a transactional monitoring hit rate of only 85%, and a compliance score of 70%. These figures fall significantly below the industry standards. The company outdated rules-based system lacks adaptive features, causing inefficiencies and missed suspicious activity reports. Additionally, inconsistent know your customer updates fragmented the data systems, and a heavy reliance on manual processes have weakened the detection framework and increasing of margin error. Through a comprehensive diagnostic review, Bite the Bullet identified that Northern Star's transaction monitoring limitations stemmed for outdated technology, weak data integration, um, and a reactive compliance culture. The existing software fails to recognize evolving patterns of financial crime, leaving gaps in anomaly detection. Moreover, employees receive limited training in AML best practice, and escalation processes are not standardized. This combination of outdated tools and human error has led to both false negatives and false positives, undermining regulatory compliance. The main objective of the initiative is to restore companies' regulatory standing and operational trust. BBFF aims to improve the transaction monitoring hit rate to 95% and elevate the risk assessment compliance score above 85% within the first year of implementation. The project will establish standardized AML protocols aligned with FinTrack and FATF frameworks, integrate automation tools for dynamic risk scoring, and foster a proactive compliance culture that prioritizes accuracy, transparency, and accountability. The revised framework proposed by BBFF is multi-layered, combining technological innovation with human expertise. It focuses on five pillars: data integration, AI ML detection, um, dynamic risk scoring, calibration, and human oversight. Each layer contributes to a comprehensive system capable of detecting irregularities in real time while maintaining a strong compliance backbone. The new model emphasizes both automation and the human judgment required for nuanced financial decisions. The first layer involves the data integration and normalization, where transaction and client information from all branches and subsidiaries are centralized to create a unified database. The second layer introduces AI and machine learning for pattern recognition, which enhance anomaly detection and minimize human error. The third layer focuses on dynamic risk scoring, allowing the system to adjust risk weights automatically based on customer behavior, transaction patterns, and geography. The fourth layer ensures continuous calibration by regularly validating and tuning the model to maintain accuracy, while the final layer incorporates the human oversight, ensuring that all alerts receive expert analysis before escalation. To elevate the hit rate from 85% to 95%, several key actions are recommended. These include the implementation of anomaly clustering and behavioral analytics to detect unusual transaction groupings, the expansion of monitoring thresholds for cross-border transfers, and use of feedback loops for ongoing model retraining. Additionally, the introduction of standardized escalation procedures will ensure that high-risk clients and transactions receive a prompt and consistent review, ultimately reducing the missed suspicious activity reports. To plan to The plan to improve risk assessment compliance focuses on establishing a undefined risk taxonomy aligned with FinTrack and OSFI standards. Quarterly risk audits will be conducted to measure compliance process, while real-time KYC and beneficial ownership verification systems will be integrated to ensure that client data remains up to date. A compliance dashboard will be developed to provide management with real-time visibility into organizational risk exposure. Together, these measures will reduce regulatory risk and enhance audit readiness. A strong compliance culture begins with education and accountability. Bite the Bullet proposes a comprehensive AML training program for all departments, emphasizing a shift from reactive to preventive compliance. Employees will learn to identify red flags earlier, report suspicious activity through a streamlined SAR process, and maintain documentation in accordance with regulatory requirements. By embedding these practices into company culture, Northern Star will ensure long-term sustainability in its compliance efforts. The new system will rely on advanced technology that stack that integrates modern AML software such as NICA, Actimize, or SAS, AML for pattern detection and predictive analytics. A secure, encrypted data lake will be stored transactional records and audit trails, while API connectors will enable real-time validation between departments. Predictive dashboards will offer compliance officers a live view of performance indicators, allowing Northern Star to act on emerging risks with agility and precision. The success of this initiative will be measured through key metrics, including an improvement in the monitoring hit rate from 85% to 95%, 93% within the 6 months, and 96% within 1 year. The risk assessment compliance score is projected to rise from 70% to 82% in 6 months and 88% in a year. Additionally, the false positives are expected to decrease by 15% initially, 25% by year end, and the staff training completion rate will be 90% within 6 months and full compliance by the end of the first year. By implementing the revised transaction monitoring protocol, the Northern Star Mining Corp can transform a regulatory crisis into an opportunity for growth and leadership in compliance excellence. This framework not only strengthens detection capabilities but also builds an internal culture of integrity and transparency. Bite the Bullet's experience ensures that every recommendation aligns with Canadian AML standards, positioning Northern Star as a benchmark for compliance, ethics, and innovation in the mining sector. Thank you so much for your time.